If I sat with a white supremacist and laughed at a slave joke, would you guys leave the pod?
I feel like Mal would do that first.
I agree. I
they
feel
would,
like I would be the offended one.
They would kick it over some Trump shit.
Mal the white supremacist?
Yeah.
I'm not the white supremacist.
The Black Klansman.
I would talk to white supremacists. I keep telling you, I think racism, not racism as far as like if somebody has a position and they want to hire you and they don't, that's not funny. But I think that when people are racist, like, I think that's funny. Like, to me, a racist person is funny. It's like, yo, it takes so much energy to be racist. Like,
that's true.
Especially in New York.
In New York City, like, what?
It's a weird concept.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is, like, what is wrong with you, sir? Like, why are you this mad at other people because of their culture and where they're from?
I'm going to sound like the pussy white liberal here, and here's my white guilt. I don't think it's funny to have a white supremacist on your podcast, and if he makes a slave joke, you laugh at it.
I agree.
I just personally.
It's just like weird.
If you want to have a conversation with a white supremacist, have a blast. Like, I would hope you at least defend the other side, but I don't know.
Well, either way,
I'm liberal pussy. I understand.
Nah, you're just Irish. You're a proper lad.
Fairly.
The No Jumper podcast over the weekend, we got news that the No Jumper network, the No Jumper podcast, the No Jumper entertainment, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
I think it was just a podcast.
They had a changing of employees, a changing of co-hosts, changing of
the whole network.
Yeah, everything just went under, it just flipped upside down, and things are totally different over there. Some of the guys that were essential in building the No Jumper network and the No Jumper podcast left. AD and T-Rel, Duno,
Lush got fired.
Jesus.
House phone had been left.
Yes, it's been a lot going on over there with those guys for the past couple months, and I guess things just took a turn and just came to a head, and a lot of those guys decided to leave and build their own thing and do their own show. So first of all, congrats to the guys that left: AD, T-Rel, Duno. And it was a few other guys that decided to leave. And good luck to them, man, because, we know Rory firsthand how it is building something and then leaving and then moving forward. So
have to pivot and build something from scratch again. Yeah, it's difficult. But, I mean, I think it's good for AD and Rel. I think they were probably, if this didn't happen, this was eventually going to happen. Mm-hmm. I think they were ready to leave, just from my observations.
Why?
I felt like they were outgrowing that platform for what they were trying to do. Like, I've watched their live streams and everything that they do outside of No Jumper, and it just appeared that eventually I thought AD would leave. Just as a fan. Like, it just looked that way to me. I could have been completely wrong. This could have been the exact reason why AD left, but I felt like this was inevitable, and the Adam talking behind AD's back, I'm not saying it was an excuse. I'm sure AD felt a way about that. That was his man's. He talked shit behind his back about him, but I think AD was like, bet. Here's an excuse. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Like, that was good enough.
Yeah. I think he felt away. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that's fake. I think that's for real. But I do think it was also great timing.
Well, now I got an issue with my guy AD, because we did the No Jumper pod, sat down, and I looked him in his eyes, and I asked him. I said, "Do you feel like Adam is a culture vulture?"
I remember.
And AD said, "Nah."
Yeah, I feel like you dodged the question and you brought it back up later on in the episode. Nah, but like the culture vulture thing.
Yeah, he said no. I don't know if he does think he's a culture vulture now or not. I haven't talked to him. Actually, I did talk to him, but we didn't talk about anything in the situation.
The vulturing?
Yeah, there wasn't none of that. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll connect at some point, good luck moving forward and things like that. I don't really like to talk to people about shit like that over the phone. I'd rather kick it with them face to face and just, away from everything ain't for content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we in an era now where everybody's jumping to do something for content and all of that. And
well, that's our problem, by the way.
Which
I've been told in comments, because we don't just do shit for the fuck of it in content.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, sorry guys. No, I'm not that person. I don't just do shit for content. I
actually saw someone say that's because we're lazy and don't work hard enough because we don't want to do salacious headline clippy shit. I'm like, wait, hold on. Make that. So working hard is just spewing out some fucking awful take.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, that's just what this thing is. And, it was like a real connection.
Because I thought doing back-to-back live shows within pod episodes plus Patreon shit plus other ventures was hard work. But
international.
No, you know what? I should just spew things out that get headlines.
Well, like
So I
I
could
said,
be looked at as a hard
AD
worker.
spoke to AD, so those guys know they have our support. I've seen a lot of things of why they left. Things about Adam coming out being a pedophile and talking reckless about the crew and kicking somebody's back in, and it's just it's unfortunate, man, because you build this thing that people come to love and that people enjoy, and then things like this happen, and we know that life happens and real situations happen. But it's just unfortunate when you have people that seem like they're friends and seem like they have a good chemistry with each other, and a lot of people tune in and support, and then you have things like this that happen. So I mean, I guess it's part of it at this point. Things happen, but I am glad to see that the guys are deciding to move forward and do their own thing. Wish them best of luck.
My mentions were full of people saying, I'm going to be the next culture vulture that's exposed.
Hey, that's
And I was
You?
like, oh.
They must have found the sex tape.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know about that, huh?
Oh, damn it.
On
Yeah.
my iCloud?
Yeah. The iCloud was hacked.
Oh,
I know
okay.
that. But yeah,
Well, I
man.
think it would prove otherwise if that was a culture vulture.
I don't even want to know.
I don't want to know.
I don't even want to go into that. I don't even want to know.
How do y'all feel? I mean, that Adam allegations had been around for some time, I saw. How do you guys feel about his response? Did you see he said that he met the girl when she was 16 because his friends was fucking her and said, hey, you should hit her up. So he thought she was of age. Realized she was 16, never talked to her. Then 3 years later, she ended up on Facebook and he went to her crib and fucked.
That's a lot to explain.
And then she said he raped her. So
She said he raped her?
I believe so.
All right, now that's a whole different.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that because I don't know what that's about. But if he did, he's a piece of shit. If he didn't, then she's a piece of shit for lying on him like that. But yeah, like shit like that. Do
you think
talking to a
some
16-year-old
grooming happened?
It feels like it's some grooming shit happening. It feels like that's some grooming stuff. Like you waited for this girl to become legal, hit the legal age of 18.
Okay.
I don't.
Shouldn't be me to defend Adam. I'm not trying to defend Adam here.
No.
I'm just let's have a podcast.
Yeah.
Is it grooming? Also, I think it's fucking weird if you meet someone that's underage and then eventually fuck them. Even
Double
if it's
back,
legal,
yeah.
it's
It's
even if
weird.
it's legal, then
It's
it's,
a
just
little-
like, damn,
it's finicky.
you remember her when she was a kid? Like, that's
Yeah.
weird. But listen, not my place to judge there, even though I think it's creepy, sort of pedophile behavior, even doing it when she's legal. But if he doesn't talk to her at all for 3 years, is that grooming? I don't know if it's grooming per se. It's creepy.
It's
If
borderline.
he talked to her from 16 to 19 and did a fucking countdown,
Yeah,
then yes, you groom that girl.
you can still wait.
It's still weird though.
I agree.
It's still weird. It's like she's still young. Even if she is 19, that's still he was what 26, 27 at the time.
I don't know exactly.
That's still a little
But
too
that's
young.
what the law. I mean, that's the legality of it. That's what the law is for. The law is supposed to be the line in the sand.
Yeah.
So either it's fine or it's not.
I get it, but I'm just saying like
That's nasty, bro.
if you met her when she was 16,
the law, that's one of those laws that's really weird because the difference between 17 and 18 could be one fucking day.
Well, but that's the. So I took that stance, and I'll quick name drop. When I was at WTF, I was having this conversation with Mark Norman and Neil Brennan. With Leo came up, so we were talking about
Leo was with y'all.
No.
Okay.
We were talking about Leo and his affinity for younger women, his new girlfriend being 19. And I took the side of that's a little like pedophile, creepy kind of vibes. And Neil, just immediately like stone cold face, just looked at me and goes, no, it's not. It's the law.
Throw him under the bus.
He was like, no, he's like, he said the law exists for a reason. There are legal things that were put in place to make it okay to do this if you want. Or unless then the whole gray area thing. But he was like, if it's legal, and that's where it lies.
I mean, my thing
He's not
is
wrong, but
Yeah,
it's
he's
still
not wrong.
it's
But then I said to him, I was like, the public perception is like a whole other element to it. He goes, it doesn't matter what people say at that
and then,
point.
but here's my thing with all
Because
that.
Leo's still rocking.
There's always
It's Leo,
a
though.
26-year-old woman somewhere.
What do you mean?
Like if you're
mean?
26, like
It's like,
Oh.
you could just find an older woman. Like it's like, why do you have to go back to this girl that was? Yes, she's legal now. Yes, but it's still like a little. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird, bro. Like
I'm with you on. I still feel what I said.
it's just a little weird. Like I and again, people do what they do, and we understand that people are weird and people have their shit with them. But again, I don't want to get into that too much because I don't know enough about that situation, and it'd just be like gossipy shit.
Well,
and I don't want to do that, especially when something something like this that's that serious.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little weird to wait till a girl is 19 and you're 26, 27, and
also what more people weren't talking about that I thought was odd, and it's not gossipy shit. It came out of Adam's mouth. What type of crew were you running in that fucked that girl and then told you to hit her up?
The guys that hang out at high schools.
Like, who are you hanging with?
it's weird.
And then after you found out she was 16, did you not go over to your mans and then be like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
But like I said, there's some nasty dudes out here. There's nasty men out here. There's very predatory behavior. And I just don't, you know what I mean? That type of shit, y'all know how I feel about that. I want, they should put any type of pedophile, put them on a fucking boat and blow that shit up.
And then if the friends Adam had were underage, then I'm like, why are you hanging out with little boys?
Those are his,
They're valid
Why are you
questions.
23 hanging out with 16-year-olds?
those are his field scouts.
Field Scouts is nasty.
Those are his young boys.
That's even sicker. But either way,
You got young boys, they're of age though.
yeah, they're definitely of age. But either way, yes, no jumper. I don't know what happens from here. I do feel like Adam is capable of still continuing to put out his content and do what he does. Shout out to everybody. I like to see guys move forward and do their thing, and let it go too at this point.
How does it look for someone like Sharp? If you don't know Sharp is on a No Jumper show.
Oh, yeah.
Has a great, I don't know, I
like
call it a
Sharp.
podcast, but a show.
I like Sharp.
Sharp has a great show.
He be talking that shit. I like
Sharp's fucking hilarious.
I like Sharp.
Where does that leave Sharp now? That's a weird predicament to be in.
Yeah, it's always weird when things fall apart and then like you're the one piece that's like, all right, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So I don't know what Sharp does. I do think that he is capable of doing his own thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's developed his own following and his own audience. I don't know where his loyalty lies in this whole situation. But either way, like I said, those dudes I think are more than capable of moving forward and continuing to do their thing and building their own platforms respectively and individually. So
how do the new co-hosts look? Whatever Adam picks for the next, even if he does continue making it more of a network type shit, I kind of feel like Adam's just gonna make this No Jumper is just gonna be Adam 22. I don't know if he's gonna want to go through this again.
It's not a bad approach though.
He should just lean into the porn stuff.
He really should.
Like,
the porn thing that he's doing is some genius shit.
He's got that. He figured it out. Like he's got that locked down.
Does that then officially, and it's my white face asking, does that officially make him a culture vulture that he is able to lose everything hip hop related and still be able to move forward?
No, I feel like that's just him adapting.
Because he's been on that shit.
Well, that's what vultures do. They adapt.
Oh. I mean, I think we all adapt here.
Well, he built his platform off the backs of the culture, and now he can do whatever he wants.
African Americans.
Okay.
He built his platform off the backs of African Americans. What?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just clean that part. I don't know why. The awkward
Wait, no,
silence. I was like, what
what's
the
wrong
fuck?
with that? Yeah.
Keep it up. That's fine.
That's hilarious.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, like
but
he built his platform off the backs of African Americans. Off the, they had a hand in building that platform to what it is.
So
today.
he has to just fail now?
no.
Not that he has to fail.
That's what I'm trying to say though.
No. It's
That's just
not
the privilege of it where he can do anything. Like hip hop doesn't have to exist for him. Like he can take from it, build the shit, and then just leave
and
for
go
the
do
fuck
the porn shit.
and go do
Does
other
that
shit.
mean he has to just do another hip hop show? Then that perspective is kind of almost
I
washed
think
out.
I think you're missing. I think you're missing the point.
I am. So explain.
So basically, what they're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong. For example, his co-hosts, they can't afford to leave behind everything hip hop and still have the platform to be big enough where they don't have to talk about it anymore, because that's what they've been pigeonholed into. Because of his face, he has the ability to go wherever he wants from now, even though he built his platform off the back of hip hop and its culture.
African Americans.
Okay.
Well, he built the whole porn thing to.
That's still like part of his brand.
But would he be relevant before that? Like he's able to do that because he was relevant.
Well, his girl
He
was a
made
porn
himself
star.
relevant.
His girl's
And-
literally a porn star.
But even admittedly in the episode we did with him, he wasn't like the biggest hip hop
Yeah, he
head
told
at
the-
all. Like he
yeah.
went from BMX to grunge shit and then like started interviewing rappers, and it took off for him. So that's where someone could easily be like, well, that's a culture vulture. Like you weren't doing shit with the BMX world like that. I mean, you were doing fine, but it didn't take off the way it did until you just started going all through the rap shit. And now you have the luxury to just say fuck it and still be successful.
Okay.
That's where someone would say that would be some type of culture vulturing.
That's why when we sat with them, it was important that I asked him like, who was his favorite rappers. I don't even think I've heard Adam even talk about shit like that.
No.
Ever. Like, you know, what did he listen to? Who's his favorite artist? Like,
and it's not my place to even say that type of shit because he's a great interviewer. But you do have to think of intentions and be very delicate with the culture if you come in with my face and Adam's face. Like, yeah, your intentions have to be somewhat pure.
I mean, I know it hurt AD to hear Adam talking about him like that. And the rest of those guys over there, I know that had to bother them a little bit because in being there and going to the studio, it did seem like the energy there, like everybody really fucked with each other over there. Yeah, it did seem like it was like a good chemistry amongst the whole team, even the people that worked there that's not on camera. It just felt like it was a place where everybody felt like they were appreciated and they were respected and things like that. So to see this happen, I mean, you know, it goes to show that you never truly know what's going on behind the scenes and how people really feel.
Well, I mean, when I saw what Adam was saying, I was like, well, damn, that was light. I was told, don't come to my fucking son's birth, you piece of shit. all Adam said was, yo, AD be saying the same jokes.